Insurance companies, do they care about you if you're involved in a crash? So let me just read to you something that an insurance company paid what's called an accident crash reconstructionist, which means they hired someone to look at pictures of a car to determine if someone is hurt. Now, that's never been allowed to be accepted in healthcare because there's zero evidence that you can look at a car and determine if someone is or is not injured. Meaning, females can be more likely than male to be hurt. Head turned, head position at the time of the crash, where the head restraint is, where their seat back position is. None of that is known 100% of the time. And multiple times there could be more than one person in a car and they have completely different injuries. But let me explain to you recently what a not so good neighbor of an insurance company paid thousands of dollars, and they took this advice from an accident crash reconstructionist over a patient's treating healthcare providers. This is what is in writing that the insurance company agrees with over all of her providers and the patient saying they were hurt after a crash, even telling the ambulance right after the crash she was hurt. The peak head acceleration produced in the subject accidents were not only less than that required to produce a minor traumatic brain injury, they were also similar to vigorous activities of daily living. Now, let me break this down. First, what type of damage to a brain do you consider to be mild? And if you had mild brain damage, is that considered no big deal? And an activity of daily living is something like bending down to get your shoes, brushing your teeth, going to work, walking. A vigorous activity of daily living is kind of a made-up phrase. But let's get further into what they are listening to and what they paid thousands of dollars to have this person say. In the worst case scenario above, the resultant head accelerations applied during restraint contact were between 9.6 and 16 Gs. So a G is the amount of force of your body weight. So this person is saying they could have sustained 16 Gs of force, which is a lot, okay? A fighter jet at most pulls 9 Gs. But he says vigorous activities of daily living have been shown to produce head accelerations as high as 20 without significant injury. So this person is writing a report saying, hey, there has been reports of a vigorous activity of daily living producing 20 Gs of force that didn't result in injury. And the graph that he put here was being kicked in the face by a soccer ball at, I believe, 23 miles an hour was 17 Gs or so. And then he also used as a vigorous activity of daily living that could not result in injury, of being punched in the face. So, is it possible that if I kicked a soccer ball into this person's head as hard as I could, I don't even think I can get it up to the speed that he mentioned, that they may not be hurt? Or if I punched this person in the face, as one of the examples, that I shouldn't worry because, hey, there's a couple of people who've been punched in the face and they haven't been hurt? Should I be allowed to do that to this author? Because he's trying to say that, hey, the amount of force could have been 16 Gs, and a fighter jet only pulls 9 Gs, where, great athletic fighter pilots who are in great shape still black out and still can get neck pain and other injuries, that her crash at almost double that. She should be fine because, hey, some people have been kicked right in the head and are fine. This is what insurance companies are relying on to deny your claims and to make providers like me and healthcare providers that are trying to help people that now have to take the time to write reports So this is just a public service announcement that if you're a patient who was hurt in a car crash and you feel you're being mistreated by an insurance company, it's just the way it is. Get used to it because, hey, people have been kicked in the head and punched in the face, and some of them are okay, so you should be too, because this crash caused more than enough G-forces than a fighter jet on your neck and spine, and therefore you should be okay because some people are okay at half that. This is what we have to do on a regular basis when we try to help patients that are involved in car crashes. Anyway, have a great day, and I hope you have a way better neighbor than what this company says they are to you. Have a good one.